like to welcome everyone to Alliance at Benson 2018 graduation. Woo! Please join me in welcoming Truly Jackson to the stage. And please stand as Truly leads us in the national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's give it up one more time for Truly Jackson. So again, I want to welcome you all to the 2018 graduation. There's a few of us that are going to say a few words, and then we're going to get to the fun part and get those diplomas out. I'd first like to welcome to the mic our Multiple Pathways to Graduation Director, Karina Wolf.
Good evening. Congratulations to the Alliance High School class of 2018. Doesn't that sound great? It's my privilege to be the Senior Director of Multiple Pathways to Graduation and supervise all the alternative and contracted schools in PPS. I'd like to begin with a few very important thank yous. To the teaching and support staff at Alliance, to Miss Allison and Miss Lorna, your principal and vice principal, I'd like to thank you for all your long hours of individual support with one student and groups of students. For us at PPS, graduation week is always such an amazing week to celebrate our resilient, kind, and competent students. For Alliance families, you have worked hard to get your child where they are tonight, and we thank you for trusting us with your most cherished asset, your love and your legacy that is your children. At this time, I'm going to ask the class of 2018 to stand. Turn, can you please? A little bit of excitement going on. And I'm asking the class of 2018 to stand and turn and give a round of applause to their family and their community for supporting them. Thanks, guys. As I've met with Miss Allison multiple times each month during this school year, I've had the joy of observing this graduating class of Alliance seniors. I would just like to reflect back a few things I've seen this year. I've witnessed these seniors being innovative and imaginative. I've done this in watching your art develop, listening to your poetry, hearing your song and performances at the Pear Gallery, and seeing your film creations. I've witnessed these seniors being deep thinkers, working on project-based learning such as the Tiny House Project, the Outside the Frame Film Project, and using written word and hip hop for your assessments. I've witnessed this class of seniors being kind and compassionate. Alliance at the Benson campus is co-located with the Reconnection Center, and as such, we welcome new students every Monday night. This school community represents the very best of Portland Public Schools. You represent this. You truly represent this in the way that you are kind and welcoming every single week as you welcome new community members, understanding that high school and life has existed with and brought challenges and detours to our student body before they ever arrive here at Alliance. Thank you for your kindness. The kindness, the conversations in the open work area, the quick collaborations on schoolwork demonstrate the humanity and compassion of this senior class, and for that, we are all better. You're career focused. Many of our students work full or part-time jobs while attending Alliance, so you bring with you knowledge of the work world to your high school life. Numerous students at tonight's graduating class took dual credit classes at Portland Community College, some earning PCC certificates in HVAC, pre-apprenticeship, customer relationships, healthcare, and music production. These experiences have begun your path into college, where I am confident you will be amazing and successful in any field of study you choose. And lastly, fun. This class of seniors has been fun. It's been fun to see some of you enjoy yourselves at prom recently, and have some of you even become royalty. It was also fun to see you at the Hollywood Theater or Pear Gallery with your school community. I hope you enjoy this night, take in this feeling, and remember deep inside you that you have faced challenges, you've learned how to ask questions, and you've gained understanding. You've learned how to create a community where you are truly valued and loved. I am excited to see all the amazing careers you explore in college and work. Congratulations.
I now have the honor of introducing Julia Brim-Edwards, our Portland Public Schools board member.
Good evening, soon-to-be graduates. Class of 2018, you've done the hard work to earn your diploma, so congratulations. I want to just join the other leaders from Portland Public Schools and just say a few thank yous. So to the parents, family, and individuals who supported the young men and women, thank you for your presence in these students' lives and for all you did to help them reach this milestone event tonight. And I also want to thank the administrators, the educators, the counselors, and the staff for supporting students in so many different ways. And to each of you seniors, I want you to know the people here and some who weren't able to make it love and care for you and are proud of this academic achievement and the many other things you excelled at, or even just had the courage to try. For the seniors who met with me last week, I appreciate you candidly sharing your experiences at Alliance High School at Benson, what you liked and what Portland Public Schools could have done better or differently, and believe me, I'm going to take those ideas back. There we go. Yeah, they had some great ideas. Seniors, as you plan your next steps, know that your path doesn't need to follow a straight line to a destination that's already been determined. Now, if you know what you want to do and you can get from point A to point B efficiently, that's admirable. But rest assured, there's nothing wrong with taking detours or side roads or even hitting a few dead ends. Those are all opportunities to learn or discover something new. Maybe find out that you're really good at something, or sear into your brain an experience you never want to have again. Every experience will add to your narrative. My path to where I am today was winding. I grew up in Southeast Portland, graduated from the now closed Washington High School that's just down the road from this school. Our class was diverse, hardworking, gritty. We didn't always get the respect we thought we deserved. And after graduation, I went to Oregon State and majored in PE. I was following my heart on this one, which is what I'm going to encourage you to do, because I love PE and sports. And then in my senior year at OSU, realizing that my love for sports and PE was not going to make me a good PE teacher, I changed my major to German. Go figure. I didn't have enough credits to graduate with my class, but I stuck with it, worked hard, and finished the following year. Not sure what to do next, but knowing I was interested in politics, I applied for a summer internship in Washington, D.C., working for the U.S. Senate. That summer ended up steering me far off my planned path, which had been to be a PE teacher in Portland. And then after 7 years of working in the U.S. Senate, I returned home to Portland and had an opportunity to reconnect my love of sports with work when I went to work for Nike. And then over time, I discovered that I could use my work expertise to make a difference for something that I really cared about, which was public schools. So if you told my 17-year-old self, which is how old I was when I graduated, when I was sitting at my graduation ceremony, that I just would never have guessed that the circuitous route I would have taken from Southeast Portland to Washington, D.C., back to Portland. And I think a few of my teachers would be pretty surprised at my school board service based on my high school years. But during that time and on that long and winding path where there are many detours and dead ends and alternative paths that I took, I had some spectacular failures and mistakes along the way, but those were actually the things that changed me and taught me the most. I know just from talking to students and from talking to the people who know you that you each have a personal story of how you got here tonight. The work you did, the challenges you faced, the people who helped you and those that didn't. But no matter the obstacles, you persisted and did the work required so that you could be here tonight. So yeah, that deserves a... So whether your path from alliance to your destiny is linear or wandering like mine, I encourage you to dream big, follow your heart and passions, take risks, learn from your mistakes. And most importantly, be proud of where you came from. Work harder than everyone else and know that your experiences to get a diploma, not just in the classrooms, but what you learned along the way about yourself and as part of this diverse community at Alliance High School at Benson, that's going to give you a competitive advantage and make you a better person. So tonight, as you add this major accomplishment to your personal narrative, congratulations. You begin your day as high school seniors, and you're going to end it once you cross this stage as graduates. So enjoy your journey, whatever path that is, when you leave here. And on behalf of Portland Public Schools and as a fellow alum, congratulations to the class of 2018.
I'd now like to invite the Alliance Principal, Lorna Fast Buffalo Horse, to the mic.
Good evening. I know you all thought Allison was the principal. It's a technicality, and I spend most of my time over at the Meek campus, and they do keep me busy. But I hear all the time from Miss Allison how great this class is, how much you have inspired her, how much you have shaped this school, how proud she is of you. So I just want to say that I know more about you than you might realize. I also, coming here tonight, can feel how much love is in this room for all of these graduates. So I just really want to acknowledge the friends and family members who are here, as well as the staff members. And I know that they have a lot of love for you as graduates and that you have a lot of love for them too. So it is just such an honor to be here with you tonight. I just want to say for everybody who's here, that you as graduates are graduating, you are earning a Portland Public High School diploma that is a regular high school diploma, just like all of the other regular high schools in Portland. Being in an alternative school doesn't mean that you have an alternative diploma. It means that you climb that same mountain that all of the other high school students climb. You might You might have a path up that mountain that is a little steeper. You might have a path that's a little windier, as Miss Brim Edwards just referred to. You might not have all of the gear that helps you get up there in the same way that other people have, but you are climbing the same mountain, and tonight you see that you have reached the top of that mountain. Part of the excitement of reaching the top of that mountain is that you know you did it, and you also get to see from up at the top of the mountain that there is a whole range of other mountains that you maybe couldn't see when you were in the woods kind of trying to get yourself up to the top. So now you can see that there are other places that you can aspire to. You know you did this, so you know you can do other things that you desire to do. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of Alliance High School, and thank you for making us proud. We're happy for you. We're excited for you. Enjoy being a high school graduate. Congratulations.
Next up, we're going to take a few minutes to recognize some of the students that have started their next steps already. We have a partnership with PCC to provide college credit classes in the Career Pathways program to students as they finish up their diploma. This partnership was created to provide students access to certificates and living wage jobs so they had their next steps mapped out for after graduation. I would like to acknowledge our 2017-18 Career Pathway students now. Please stand as I say your name. Garrett Ingram in the Construction Apprenticeship Program. Gareth Earl, who's not with us tonight, in the Construction Apprenticeship Program. Alma Smith in the Healthcare Program. Ezra Watson in the Digital Media Program. Pablo Cortez in the Accounting Program. Maya Graham in the Healthcare Program. And Eduardo Navarrete in the Construction Apprenticeship Program. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm going to ask our trio advisor to join me on stage, and I just have to say as I introduce Jeff Gardner that he is an incredible asset to our program. He not only encourages and connects our students to their next steps, but he truly cares about all of our students. He's there and ready and willing to do whatever we need, and he's a strong, strong advocate. So thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Allison. Thank you, guys. Well, it takes all these teachers, fine counselors, Mike Crenshaw, and everyone, the principals, and all the leaders to help me help you, help yourselves to a ton of money for your future. And I'm so honored. I've known and worked with some of you like 3-4 years, right? I'm going to miss you guys, but it's not over now. I'll be around all summer, and until you get your doctorate, you get to work with me. So I'm there for the long haul. Tonight, I want to recognize a few scholarship recipients. When I say your name, will you please stand up? The following folks are going to receive the Oregon Promise, which means if they're going to community college, that means it's free for them for this associate's degree. So will the following folks please stand up? Carmen Chapman. Pablo Cortez. Taylor Jennison. Sierra Justice. Carrie Nguyen. And Dio Ramirez Ortiz. Ezra Watson. Danny Wickland Abbott. And Diego Zorita Paz. These are the Oregon Promise recipients. Thank you, guys. You can sit down. Some of you are going to be really standing up a lot. We have a few Future Connect recipients. These guys are going to have They're going to get some scholarship funds, but more importantly, they're going to get a college coach on campus at PCC. These folks are Carmen Chapman, Carrie Nguyen, Kennedy Smith, and Diego Zurita Paz. Congratulations, guys. You can sit down. Also receiving other PCC Foundation scholarships. Again, Carmen Chapman, Carrie Nguyen, Kennedy Smith, and Diego Zurita Paz. Awesome, guys. There is, the OSAC scholarships are still pending, but these folks are in the running. Please check your emails often this summer. Carmen Chapman, Carrie Nguyen, and Kennedy Smith. There's one student who's, thank you guys, you can sit down. One student is receiving a full ride scholarship to the University of Oregon. Lily Lamadrid, please stand up. Thank you. Congratulations. And the Ruberg Scholarship. George Ruberg was a former principal at Alliance, and the recipient is Kari Nguyen of the Ruberg Award this year. Thank you. 2 students are going to be traveling across the earth next year with a nice nonprofit organization called Carpe Mundi. It's free travel abroad. It's worth probably close to $20,000. They have the chance to earn 32 credits from Portland State University. And this year we're honored to announce that Carrie Nguyen is going to be one of the recipients, and Carmen Chapman. Thank you, guys. And last but certainly not least, there is a prestigious art internship happening for, you can sit down. This is to a great artist, and Corinna mentioned them at the Para Gallery. Manzanita Kraban, you are gonna be taking part in a really cool internship. Congratulations. And for everyone else, all of you guys that worked with all of us this year to earn FAFSAs, I just want to let you know that you earned a total of $260,850 in FAFSA money alone. That money is there for you to go to college when you step in the door. It's there. If you need any help over summer getting your classes, you know how to get a hold of me. For any college knowledge, I'll be there to help you. I'm so proud of you guys. Congratulations. Take care, class of 2018.
And now have the great honor of inviting our valedictorian, Lily Lamadrid, to the stage.
I'd like to start with an apology and a promise. First, I stepped on a bunch of people's toes getting up here, and I'm very sorry. Second, I realize that valedictorian speeches are about the most cliche things to rack American society on the yearly. And thus, I promise to you at the outset that there will be no quoting of Merriam-Webster's dictionary, singing of "Climb Every Mountain from the Sound of Music," or any puns like congratulations, or, yeah, that didn't come out right. And that's why there will be no puns. My thing is poetry. I won Verslandia, the citywide youth poetry contest. I also won the World Award for humble bragging, as you might be able to tell. Anyway, one of the things I liked about Alliance is that I didn't always have to take a test. Sometimes I could write a poem, which is great when you're tired and don't want to try very hard. I'm kidding. So I wrote a poem. But before I start my poem, I just want to say a few things about writing it. I had a really hard time. They said, write something happy about graduation, and I was like, sure, and then I realized I don't want to be here right now. Not in a bad way per se, but I always thought that I'd be graduating with the kids I started freshman year at, at my old high school, and that I would be valedictorian there and then going to a mid-tier elite research university. I had really high hopes for myself. And then I realized it doesn't really matter what we do if it doesn't match up to the dictates of C-SPAN or Hollywood or whoever is in charge of disseminating the narratives that rule our lives. Because there's something fantastic simply in the fact that we're here. And I don't mean fantastic as in a good way. I mean fantastic in concerning a detail of fantasy, and no, that's not the exact Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition, so I'm still cool. Because, yeah, there's an element of the fantastic that we were able to fight the bonds of reality that seemed to at one point be onsetting in our situation and fight through them and overcome and persevere. And at the same time, there's no fantasy at all, because we're here, and this is what's real, and we did it. So now I'm going to read a short poem, because as I said, that's my thing. Don't worry, it is short, despite being poetry at a graduation. In high school, I learned that the screen adaptation of Les Mis is too long, that this will occur to you 3 minutes after something tragic happens to Anne Hathaway. I learned you will keep watching anyway because you care about your participation grade. In high school, I learned how to write an essay in under an hour. Then I learned how to make it pretty. Then I learned how hard it can be to read when you get an illness no one in their right mind would choose to have, but maybe that's the point. In high school, I learned how to vomit efficiently, not in an eating disorder way, in a collateral damage. This is the opportunity cost of wellness after a dice roll like that way. I sit in the doctor's office on a Tuesday afternoon, and the doctor tells me to relax my arms so she can check my joints for stiffness. I say, sure. She says, no, actually relax your arm. I say, I am. And she just laughs because for some reason letting go is so hard for me. Next, we check my blood pressure and we forget about the tightening cuff just long enough so that the doctor and I are in stitches and the reading is void. In high school, I learned that when you are sick, sarcasm is your best friend, but sincerity doesn't have to be the enemy. I love you is not an apology, but it's the reason you show up to apologize. If this doesn't make sense, it's because high school didn't. I'm the kind of kid who should be at some mid-tier elite research university right now studying pre-law. But the universe doesn't apologize. Does not love, lives in your astronomy textbook and around you, but does not breathe, is the answer to an elementary riddle that you may never leave, so my straw came up short and I learned how to write with a tremor, how to act with a tic, how to love despite a fog so thick it might as well be water. How to love the water. In college, I'll learn how to write a 10-page research paper in 12 hours. In college, I'll learn just how long it takes to read waiting for Godot. Maybe I'll watch the screen adaptation. Maybe someday this won't be water, but sand, sifting through an hourglass. Time moving forward. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
All right, I just have a few words to say, and I really wish I could see you graduates, because I feel like I've told you all a lot of this year, but I really want you to hear what I have to say right now. I just want to take a minute to acknowledge the graduates that are sitting before us. You've reached an important milestone today, but I don't want to just acknowledge you for that. Many of you have done that in spite of what life has thrown at you. You're sitting here even though your bosses wouldn't give you time to get to class, or you ended up at the MAC station with all of your belongings looking for a place to live, or you're caring for your own children or siblings and need to get to them to and from school and then come to class, and so many other obstacles that have gotten in your way. These obstacles have shaped and molded you, but they haven't defined you. What's defined you is your commitment, dedication, and brilliance. You are here today because you're committed, you're determined, and you're brilliant. So take pride not just in getting your diploma today, take pride in who you are and how far you've come this year. And I also want to acknowledge that you haven't come here alone. So please stand and remain standing if you're a relative of one of these students. a teacher of one of these students, have helped one of these students work on homework or prepare for a test, have helped one of these students get through a difficult time in their life. And if you're wishing these students well, please stand. Graduates, take a look around you. All of these people are here today. They've supported you and will continue to do so. Surround yourself with good people, but never lose your sense of self. And I am going to end with a quote. It's a little cheesy, but I think it's a good quote. So it's a quote from Michelle Obama, because I think this year has been a little tough, and it's possible it might get a little tougher before it gets better. Young people, don't be afraid. Be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. Empower yourselves with your education, then go out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. Please never forget that you've met a milestone today, and that it's just the beginning. You are the ones who are going to make this world just a little bit better for our future generations. You are all capable of moving mountains. So let's get you those diplomas. All right, I'm going to ask someone to the stage, and she's going to kill me for doing this, but Jennifer Coombs, our Alliance at Benson counselor. Jennifer has been a pillar of this program for quite a while. She's brought integrity. She's brought us through grief. She's brought us through happy times. This is her last year with Alliance at Benson. She's moving on to other things, and so I just want to thank her for everything she's done for us. So thank you. And now she's going to announce your diploma.
I will definitely miss this school and everybody that has come through these doors, and I will especially miss this last class because I knew that it was going to be my last class, so I've held you near and dear to my heart. So as I read your names, hopefully I don't cry. And if I mess them up, please don't hate me because my voice is going to shake a little bit. But I do have the distinct pleasure to read the names of our 2018 graduates. So would the first row of students please stand up and rock to the stage for me? Our first graduate is Danny Abbott. Our next graduate is John Bacon. Next, we have Hisham Bamberg.
Thanks for coming out.
Our next graduate is Jazz Causey.
I'm out this bit finally.
Next, we have Carmen Chapman.
India, guys.
Next, we have Pablo Cortez.
Thanks, Mom.
Our next graduate is Manzanita Craban. Craban, sorry.
Thank you, Kevin.
Our next graduate is Javance Daniels. Next, we have Sage DeGroot. Please welcome to the stage Anastasia Gowan.
Thank you, Dad.
Our next graduate is Maya Graham.
I'm ready, Mom.
Our next graduate is Juan Gudina Villa. And I massacred that. Please welcome Jasmine Hernandez.
I love you, Mom.
Please welcome Helena Hudson. Our next graduate is Garrett Ingram.
I apologize in advance, I'm a little bit long-winded. I would like to read for you an excerpt from Teddy Roosevelt's 1910 speech, The Man in the Arena. It is not the critic that counts, nor the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, nor the man who points out how the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs with the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actively strive to do these deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the worst If he fails, at least he fails while trying greatly. So it is his place that shall never be with those cold and timid souls who never knew neither victory nor defeat.
Our next graduate with the beautiful voice, Truly Jackson. Our next graduate is Taylor Jennison. Let's welcome to the stage Destiny Jones. The next graduate, Marissa Jones.
We did it, girls!
Our next graduate is Sierra Justice. Please welcome to the stage, Lily La Madrid. Our next graduate, Trevor Leibowitz.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sweetie. I thought you were walking by. No.
I just wanted to thank my grandpa for driving me to school every day because I literally would not be here without him.
Sorry, and that's Trevor Leibowitz. Not going to do that again. Jalen Manyweather. Please welcome Eduardo Navarrete. One of our big scholarship winners, Carrie Nguyen. Our next graduate is Nicholas Oliverio. Please welcome, please welcome Hayden Powell Bruce. Our next graduate is Dio Ramirez Ortiz. Our next graduate, Isaac Reynolds.
I want to say thank you to all my family.
I was told to say this with some pizzazz, but Ethan Schumacher.
Nice.
Please welcome to the stage Alma Smith.
I want to thank my mother and my grandmother. I wouldn't do this without you.
Our next graduate is Kennedy Smith. Next up is Daniel Kachenko.
Thank you. God bless. Never trust anyone.
Our next graduate is Ezra Watson.
Thanks, you guys.
Next up, we have Noble Williams.
Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Ana Zapata Mora.
I would like to thank my mom and Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy.
And last but certainly not least, our final graduate for this evening, Diego Zorita Paz.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
So before we make this officially official, I want to invite you all to the cafeteria, which is right out here, afterwards for a reception and cake. So graduates of 2018, please stand. Please take your tassels from the right and move them to the left. And it is my great pleasure, graduates of 2018.